Understanding reverse logistics can aid in an efficient flow of goods, create value for your brand, save you money, decrease risk, give you a great social story, and also complete the product life cycle and extend the product life cycle of items. Want to know more? The reverse logistics process not only includes returns, but it also includes management of excess and surplus inventory as well as materials. Reverse logistics can include not only the process of bringing these items back into your supply chain, but also refurbishment and disposition into other channels. There are economic incentives to having a really strong reverse logistics management process in place. The return process starts when the consumer signals they want to return an item. From there, the process will include sending a return authorization as well as identifying the brand's actual condition at that point. And the process also involves scheduling the return shipments, approving the refunds, and replacing any faulty goods or even doing an exchange. Once a product is returned and it arrives at your distribution center or at your 3PL partner's location, it should be inspected. Its return category should really kind of be determined at that point. If you've optimized your reverse logistics strategy, you should probably already have an idea of where the item is going to go before it even arrives. So a great example, if it's a defective item, you may have it go to one place where if you have like a seasonal return from a retailer or even, excess product return from a retailer, you're going to handle those all differently. Can the product be repackaged? Can it be repaired? Can it be refurbished so that it can be sold as new again? Not only that, you have options that go beyond reselling as new. Those can include reselling as a return, sending something through the value chain, have a re-commerce program on your website where you're reselling your own goods, and also donate or recycle, and of course you can always dispose. After reviewing the returned item and determining whether it can be sold as new again or refurbished, what path will it take? If it's going through the discount channel, which is also known as the value chain, you're probably not going to want to put a tremendous amount of money into the refurbishment process. You probably just want to get it close enough to where it's going to sell and you're not going to end up with any issues. If you can fully refurbish it and sell it as new, that's certainly a wonderful option. A lot of times you want to look at the value of the item to determine whether that's the best step, because there is going to be an expense in that refurbishment process. And then finally, if you can't refurbish it and you don't, there's not enough value there, then you're looking at, donation or possibly, putting something into a landfill, which of course we all want to avoid. Any parts or products that you can't fix or reuse or resell, really the best way to handle those is for those items to be parted or to be recycled in full. Also, of course, donation if that's an option. And what's really important here is supply chain transparency. So what we're gonna see over time is more and more tracking information to be able to tell how many items were actually reused, for how long was the actual product, the life cycle of that product, versus how many items were actually put into a landfill. There's a lot of very interesting things right now where items are being chipped and tracked, and it's great to be able to see who is actually doing what they're saying they're doing with their items versus who is saying that they're donating them somewhere and they're actually ending up in a landfill. So that supply chain transparency is going to become more and more of a factor as time goes on and technology gets better. As a brand, you can certainly try to do this on your own. However, a lot of companies will find that partnering with the right company will allow them to do what they do best. Also have an already well thought out, well-oiled machine in terms of a great reverse logistics strategy. Finding the right 3PL partner that specializes in returns can be really important if this is important to you and your brand and you think it's going to be a big feature for your next year in terms of what your growth strategy is going to look like. If you'd like to learn more about what to look for in a returns-focused 3PL, watch the next video.